Welcome to Love in the Love Boat, where we break down episodes of one of the greatest romantic comedy drama television series of all time. I'm Istvan, Chicagoland's beloved children's musician and TV fanatic.
And I'm Michelle, pop culture enthusiast.
So come aboard, we're expecting you to join us for another edition of
Love in the Love Boat.
And we're recording. Okay.
That's a tribute to our kid.
Welcome back to episode 5 of Love in the Love Boat. My name is Istvan, and I am always joined by my co-host,
Michelle.
And today, we have a special guest.
Extra special.
Composer, Stephen P Slivka.
How you guys doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. I'm looking forward to this. Let's do it.
Happy to have you aboard today.
And we are going to try not to...
Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah, deviate into Doctor Who territory or Adrian Zemed territory.
We could do Adrian Zemed.
Don't get me started. I'm a Zemed head all the way.
Was Adrian Zemed ever on Doctor Who? No, I don't think he was.
Probably not.
There was a short-lived American spinoff with Adrian Zemed, but they canceled it quickly. So,
Really?
No.
Guys, it's been literally 45 minutes. I've just come back after an edit because I made a big mistake of bringing up Adrian Zemed, and it took such a crazy right turn that you cannot even believe. But we will get to that maybe as a bonus episode at the very end of the season. I got an urgent phone call, several emails, violent, profane text from Stephen P. Slivka saying, I need to be on episode 5 because he has always had a crush on Diane Carroll.
This is true.
He was also, if anybody remembers back in the day, married to, who did the Pepsodent commercial? Martha Ray?
Slivka was?
Hi, I'm Martha.
Before Mark Harris? Before Mark Harris,
Guys,
it was Stephen P. Slivka.
I told you in my text I don't want to talk about it.
I'm sorry, but I think people like celebrity.
No.
And they want to know about those types of
But
things.
she could eat blueberry pie.
She could. You know what? She could eat blueberry pie.
This is going to be our longest episode ever.
It makes me wistful thinking of her and her blueberry pie.
Oh my God. All right, so now you have a little bit of background information on our guest. And I am going to jump right in. Guys, hang on. Keep your comments to yourselves for a moment. Let us go down the titles. And there's writing teams today that I'm about to read that now we're having repeats for the first time. And I do believe when I was talking about this podcast in the beginning, Slivka, you told me about one of the writers that was arrested for murder or something like that.
Yeah.
So
I do my research.
We're going to get into that, not today, but as time goes on, very shortly. But today, we have the 3 storylines of Help Murder, written by Ben Johnson and Art Bear. We have the storyline of Issac the Groupie, written by Michael Norrell. Now that's a familiar name to me. And Mr. Popularity, written by Tony Webster. And our guest stars today are, as I've said, Diane Carroll, who, Michelle, you were saying all the things that she did.
Oh, she was like a groundbreaking black actress. She had her starring television show, I think it was called Julia, where she played a single nurse mom.
Oh, wow.
And she's won Tony Awards, and she's got a remarkable pedigree.
But she's on this episode, followed by David Groh.
Some of you might know him as Rhoda's husband on Rhoda.
And I do.
Yeah, of course you do.
Please, I need to comment on David Groh as we immediately, almost after this. Hang on, Michelle Lee, who is amazing, and Michelle, please.
Little fact here: apparently my mother was a huge Michelle Lee fan, and partially named after the Beatles song, but mainly named after the actress Michelle Lee. And then I asked her why was my middle name not Lee. And there was like some kind of battle with my dad's mom, my grandmother, and it's Anne. But my mom still got her way because my sister's middle name is Lee.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh. Wow, she really is a huge Michelle Lee.
She loved her. My mom
you know
just thought she was a popular actress, I guess, at the time when I was born. And
She really is
Other
great,
than
though.
Battle of the Network Stars, what was she on?
I believe she was in Bye Bye Birdie. And she was in a bunch of stuff back then.
She was pretty great on this, though, man. I have a lot of kudos
My
for
mom
her on
also
this.
liked Shelley Fabares, so I think they were like in the
Who
same
doesn't?
tier of actresses.
What? That's not funny. That's sincere. Who doesn't love Shelley Fabre?
Now, as
Get
I
it
look
together.
across the room to Stephen P. Slivka, of course I see the name Jim Nabors.
I
He
love
is on
Jim
this
Nabors.
episode. I hate Jim Nabors.
How can you hate Jim
I
Nabors?
hate
He's kind
him.
of annoying.
I really, truly, I don't have
Actually, to tell you the truth, Jim Nabors, what's the name of the storyline for Jim Nabors? Mr. Popularity?
Correct.
Okay. Who wrote this? Who wrote it?
Tony Webster wrote that one.
Tony Webster phoned it in for this one. I'm gonna say this right off the bat. It's like a no act play.
It is. They always
there's
have like
nothing.
one throwaway at one,
Yeah.
and this definitely was the throwaway one.
Oh.
But wait, you guys, there's one last name on this. Reva Rose. Who is Reva Rose? I didn't even write it down. Was she the
Reva
woman?
Rose was Myra, Harvey's wife.
Okay.
Come on,
Wait, what was her name in it?
Myra.
All these names, Myra. Did you ever meet a Myra in your life? Harvey.
So many times.
Oh my. Okay, well here, wait. Let me go back to David Groh. David Groh, right? All right. You look around. You watch these like people who look like they're 1800 prospectors. That's a thing that's taken place. No one has that curly, permed hair like David Groh. Really, you don't
You do.
see. No, I don't.
You could.
I don't. No, I can't.
brush
Because
it
right
out.
now it would be like that. Right now, my hair curls when it gets really long, but not like that. Is that a perm or is that like his real hair?
I don't know. I would like to do a research on that because also Mr. Brady last episode had the tight.
There needs to
Perms.
be
Too.
that to come back into the world.
Well,
because
I think you two should get it going.
After this, we'll go in the bathroom. I'll do that for you. We'll do it.
that's going to take a long time.
No,
you have
we're
a whole
gonna do
Bob
it.
Ross thing
Yeah.
going with
Yeah,
your
we're gonna do
beard,
it.
and then
Yeah.
he did have a perm. I watched his documentary.
Bob Ross had a perm.
Yeah, it was a perm.
Wow. Okay, I'm just like, I was marveling at his hair. I'm like, nobody has that hair. I wish people did have that hair. I think the world would be a nicer, happier place. Let me just say first, okay, we were talking about Michelle's name, that she was named. She always told me that in the past, and of course I was stunned by, really? And then I watched this episode, and I thought Michelle Lee was just incredible.
Yeah, you can see why I was.
She's
named
great.
after
So
her.
wait, let me just introduce everyone to Michelle Lee. She gets on the ship with her husband, who is played by David Groh, and she just is this overly taxed, very stressed out wife and mom.
high anxiety lady.
Yes, and so he is taking her on this cruise.
Well, do you know why she was anxiety ridden? Did you hear what she said?
She took her brownies on a.
Because of the PTA and kidnapping a child. So she
didn't-
went on.
It's not
Oh, that's
She
right. They had
did.
an extra brownie.
Yeah, they
in
came
their
back with an
field
extra
trip.
brownie
Kidnapping
from the
is
field trip.
with intent. That was a bad oversight, where you have an extra.
She left
kid.
with 29,
Things
came
were
back with
easier
30.
back then. People, they were cool about that. It's like, oh, you took my kid, and then you just drop him back off at home, and they're
Think
fine
about
with it.
thinking about the way we were all parented. That's true. Yeah.
So they come onto the ship, and you immediately get to see her establishing this character. But also, I thought that she was spectacular in the fact that she is playing paranoid, jealous, freaked out, and she's comical at the same time. And I think she does this like on a very, very high level. And you see how likable she is. She's just incredibly likable, very, very pretty, very cute. And okay, so let's just establish this, I think, masterwork by Michelle Lee.
Are you sure it's safe? I've never been on a ship before.
Of course it's safe.
Well, nothing will happen to us.
Denise, this is a pleasure cruise. They're not going to dump us on a beach at an NCO. Come on. Just relax.
Relax. Oh, that's easy for you to say. You haven't been president of the PTA for the past 2 years. Parents screaming, teachers screaming, all of them screaming at me.
I know. That's why I thought that...
And you're not a den mother. You didn't take 29 brownies to Disneyland last Sunday. Do you know how scary it is to go to Disneyland with 29 little girls and come home with 30?
And this also is, I believe, like Stephen P. Slivka has written many, many stories like this, where there are a lot of twists and turns.
Sure.
There are a lot of levels and layers to this, because this turns in from her just being an overwhelmed and tired person into her thinking that there is a murder plot.
Yeah, it's horrific. It's
When he's just
absolutely
trying to
terrible.
like do a surprise birthday party for her on the ship.
Right. But then shortly thereafter, the world's most evil man, Jim Nabors, gets onto the ship. I'm telling you, I really dislike Jim
really-
Nabors since I was a kid.
Why?
Like, I don't like him. I don't know why. There's just something about him that I just never enjoyed. If a Gomer Pyle rerun came on TV, I would turn the channel as fast as possible. I don't know why, but I
think
just don't like
He
Jim
did get
Nabors.
a golly in there.
No,
It's
just
his
like,
singing voice.
Yeah, that's also disturbing. His weird singing voice, like his pseudo-operatic thing.
There'll be peace on earth. Like that?
Like, what is that? And how do you
It's
get away with
amazing.
that? I don't like Jim Nabors.
He's a double threat.
Now, here's the thing. The woman on the ship, she also hates Jim Nabors when he gets on. They hate him because they hear him talking. They can't stand him either. And Captain Stubing hates him on this ship as well.
Annoying.
Yeah, I never got into Jim Nabors.
And you probably hate liver and onions.
So this gets back to, what's the writer's name again? Webster? Phoning it in?
Yeah, Tony Webster.
Yeah, he rides the liver and onions joke
That's
through
why I
the
brought it
whole
up.
thing.
So wait, you're going on record, you didn't like the liver and onions?
No, I liked
running
it the
gag?
first 3 times. I didn't like it the 7th time.
Yeah, really, that it's just he's talking about food the entire time. But guess what?
Because he's boring. That's the whole thing.
No.
He's boring.
Guess what?
What?
That's not the only part of the storyline. Tony Webster, you're giving him a hard time. He's a jewel thief, dude.
At the end.
Yeah, you're ignoring. Well, yeah,
But
because there'd
most
be
of
too
it
much
is-
suspense
Wait
throughout
a
the whole
second.
But that's a
episode.
good alibi. You're like annoying, boring, I guess.
Yeah,
Like,
they established the boring, and then they kept going with the boring. There was like 20 minutes on vegetables in that little jag.
That
from
tricked you,
Webster.
right? Though, right? Did that trick you?
No.
because they didn't give you the payoff till the very, very end. Wouldn't the ship get in big trouble though? Like if all your like jewelry got.
well, and didn't like at the end, didn't like Gopher feel the bag as a joke for liver and onions again?
Yeah, he
and
did.
then
Bunch of idiots.
and he didn't feel
Did you
the
shoot your
jewelry.
TV with that last liver and onions?
Yeah, they had to hit. They
Sorry.
had to like tap the liver and onion right at the end. Webster's in a writing room somewhere in like what year was this? 1975 or something? 77.
I think like 77.
Just going. This
episode
liver
one.
and onions jag's gonna kill. I got to keep riding this till it's funny again. And then he just keeps going.
There could be one problem, though, here on the boat.
Yeah, I think I know what that could be. Yeah.
What if there's another Robert Tanner?
It couldn't be. Next, please. Please.
And the third plot line is involving finally our favorite Ted. Is it Lang? I don't know how to pronounce his name
It's
exactly.
Lange.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. I checked his cameo before, and he says Lange, like Ange.
So he finally gets to be featured on this.
Wait, can I interrupt for 1 second? Because I forgot to bring
course.
this up last week. I had watched, again on Paramount Plus, a movie called Record City, also filmed in 1977. Well, he's in it. I recommend everybody watch it because it's so bad it's good. That's another podcast. I understand that.
We
but
should watch that now.
And he's
There's
in
a
it.
lot of cool old stuff on Paramount Plus.
And he's really good in it. Like he does this singing and like dancing, and he's fantastic.
It's like
in
these
it.
weird, like 60s, 70s kind of. I've not even seen
Kiki
those before.
Friedman's in it. It's so random,
wow.
but it's so good.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff.
But
That's
anyway,
what I'm saying.
I did a little research, and it was filmed around the same time as the start of the Love Boat, so I'm not sure which came first. But he was. I've never really seen him in anything else besides the Love Boat.
He sang on it.
He did like a singing, dancing number.
Wow.
It was really good.
He looks great still. He looks really good.
Because Rick Dees is on it, and then Rick Dees is doing this like
Rick
talent.
Dees?
Yeah, he plays a guy with an ape arm, and then he.
What?
See?
See?
Are you interested?
Yeah,
I'm
he's a
gonna watch
DJ
it
with like an
tonight.
ape arm. He's like the ape man or something, and then Ted Launch does part
never
of the
seen these,
does part of the talent show, and that's like his number, and it's excellent.
Yeah, so like
But
check
anyway.
it out. Check it
Yeah.
out, Paramount Plus people. But either off the heat of that movie or just prior to it or consecutively, he finally gets featured on this. He finds himself starstruck and falling in love with the captivating Roxy Blue. And she is like a pop star, and she has all her like handlers and hangers on like begging and pleading her not to go on this cruise because, you know, she's going to destroy Bob Hope's television career by not going on his
No,
special.
it was a threat. So her handlers say, if you cancel on Bob Hope, you'll be dead on TV, was the threat.
Oh,
Meaning,
really?
Bob Hope's retribution is going to be so swift and awful, she'll never be on TV again.
I hear all kinds of horror stories about Bob Hope, and I don't like
I'm sure
that.
that's not far from the truth.
Yeah. It's probably a subtle dig. at
Probably the
how-
writer of that show
like that
had some
he's
kind of
evil Bob
experience. I
Hope.
bet the writer had some kind of experience with Bob Hope.
I'm going to give it to Bob Hope on this episode.
I'm gonna expose him.
like Love Boat retaliation. People using the Love Boat as a
Perfect.
vehicle.
No, I'll say dead on TV because that's what he told me. I'm gonna give it to him right through Roxy Blue.
Roxy Blue. So she gets out of a limo and then she comes on. Isaac sees her immediately and he's very, very excited, very starstruck. And then they have their first initial encounter.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Captain Stubing. Midnight buffet is now being served in the Coral Dining Room.
Kahlua on the rocks, please.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, Miss Blue.
Sweetheart, would you please do me a favor? Just put your eyeballs back in your head and serve me my Kahlua very quietly. I'd really appreciate that.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Fine.
Solid.
Fine.
You got it. What was it that you wanted?
Kahlua.
Right.
Before we go any further, one of the things about the show that I was really noticing is the importance of music. And I think that the music on the show is excellent. But I looked it up and I asked Stephen P Slivka, who's a better researcher by far than I am, who the person was, because I couldn't find it, who did the music for this.
Oh, I didn't have to look it up.
Oh, you knew.
Oh, yeah.
You're very familiar with his work.
Yeah.
I was not.
What?
What's his name?
Dwayne Tatro, man.
All
He's
right.
the best.
He is amazing. This person, he, I think, does an incredible job. Now, he also did for, you've done rap music about the old MASH show. One of your famous raps was about Hawkeye
Well,
Pierce.
I love MASH. That's my deviation here. I could do 4 hours solid on how much I love MASH.
Are you being serious?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you love MASH, there's a reason why you love MASH, and why is it? Because of Dwayne Tatro. So all the stingers and the hits and the outros and the intros and MASH, Tatro.
But that's the thing,
He had
though.
it down.
Now, hang on. I have a couple examples from the show that I pulled. But in this show, you get so much music that, like, you know, adds to the levity of the things that are going on, but adds all these incredible transitions from scene to scene. And you could tell that this person's really watching, really listening, and writing stuff that helps all of that stuff along. I have a couple of examples. Ones that I love the most were from Michelle, your namesake's scene, where she feels that she's being, again, about to be murdered.
Could I just set it up a little?
Yeah, go.
He's Julian is going to help him get a choker necklace for her birthday for a surprise, and like he needs to measure her neck before they get it. Couldn't do it after, but he is using his robe belt to measure her neck while he thinks she's asleep.
And she's convinced it's happening. That's why they're in the stateroom right now, because she's reading a book and she's trying to stay awake, but then she falls asleep.
So
but
he
the
doesn't
music
murder her.
helps the whole thing along.
Denise, why don't you go to bed? It's midnight.
I'm hungry. I want another sandwich.
Denise, you've ordered up from room service 7 times. Come on. It's late. You'll be dead in the morning. Come on.
Okay. I just want to finish reading this book first. I'm at the most exciting part.
What page you on?
3.
All right, now that's just a mild example of it. There's another one that I'm going to play in a little bit. But as far as Dwayne is concerned,
Yeah.
He was kind of like this, like a prodigy.
Did he write the disco music like when they were in the lounge? 'Cause that wasn't like any like songs that were. It kind of were. They were like
See, I wish I knew.
based off of songs, but then
I
Yeah,
swear
it's
to you,
hard
I
to
would
tell.
devour like any kind of like making of how they made these episodes. I would love to see it seriously, because it's also like I envy that though. Like if you're in like a little orchestra, like contemporary jazz rock orchestra, and you're making this music for the stuff, and you're watching the scenes and things, it'd be really cool because human beings were making this music,
Yep.
which is cool. You know, that takes a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a highly group of skilled musicians to pull that stuff off is pretty cool. He was 16 in, I think, was it Stan Kenton's group or something like that? It was something like that.
Oh, yeah. That I actually didn't
16
even know.
years old.
That's pretty amazing.
I mean, that's insane.
Yeah.
So, and then he went, like I said, he went, I think, to like Europe to study. So this guy's like a legit musician, but then he has like this cool, fun sensibility for TV, which also is a weird group of abilities to pull off, I think. And people, I think, just take that stuff for granted, but I super notice it like watching it now, you know, more than I did. I think that's just why I enjoyed it as a kid.
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
all kind of over the top, but it's also awesome at the same time. Like Michelle Lee's whole plot really is a horror movie, and yet there's this like fun music over the top of her descent into madness.
But sometimes it gets real atonal and eerie, and that's what's so great
Yeah.
about it is he can ride both sides of that really well.
Here's the hint: is when the flutes come in, you know it's trouble. It's
the best.
Yeah, it's like it's getting
true.
bad news.
Oh, there's some killer oboe use in this too. It's really fun, and then all of the instrumentation is so good. A lot of really good flute work on this episode.
I always said that. A lot of good flute work
Really
on this
sets the
episode.
tone.
But I just want to reiterate that Michelle Lee is coming undone, and everyone's laughing while it's happening. It's horrific.
I know.
what is
You'll
happening
feel
there.
bad for her
I
at some
do.
point because she's just convinced she's going to be murdered.
It just reminded me of like what a weird world it was when we grew up, where it's like this is the funny part where she thinks she's going to be murdered by everyone. She thinks Doc's in on it.
Mental torture.
Oh,
was
and Gopher
fun.
with
Yeah.
the camera when he's trying to take her pictures for the birthday party.
And then he calls David Groh and says, "I couldn't shoot her. I'll just blow her up."
Yeah.
And she's losing her mind.
Classic misunderstanding.
Hang on. What
All
did
the
you
laugh
say?
tracks.
She's losing her what?
Mind.
You should have known, Denise. Ooh. You should have known he had something up his sleeve when he decided on this cruise at the spur of the moment. You're right. Why didn't I realize it? Why didn't I know? Why didn't you know? Because we wives are always the last to find out. Listen to me, Denise. This is only a fling. You'll get over it. Now, I want you to get up, go have dinner, and act like you're having fun. Act like I'm having fun.
I have a lot of conversations with myself in a mirror.
I can hear these long conversations downstairs, and she's like, "See, he's trying to murder me."
And then a laugh track comes in.
Totally.
It helps so much. I wish David Dwayne Tatro was
Yeah,
there
then
to
a big
help
trombone sound comes in.
make it lighthearted and fun.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's just commonplace back then, you know? That's funny stuff. That's what people would laugh at. We were just kids. We were oblivious to the whole thing.
I have a feeling it's going to get a lot worse on these episodes. But
Are you
they're funny.
excited, Slivka? Are you excited for, like, if this makes it? Well, it will make it to season 10.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even imagine. I can't. That's where he hits his stride. That's where he's like,
You don't even know I'm waiting for that last season. Once you guys get to that last season, I want to be on every
wait,
episode.
when you made fun, like you got mad at me because I didn't know so-and-so's name, that I thought it was a woman, but it was a man. Who were you saying?
Ace.
Ace.
What's his
The
name?
photographer.
What is his real name, though?
It was Ted McGinley, right?
Oh, is his name, the female name is the character on the
Yeah,
show?
his characters. Yeah, it was Ted McGinley. He's like
That's what I thought.
he's
Like,
the jump the sharker on any TV show.
He really is.
yeah, because he was on like Married with Children.
Happy Days.
Oh yeah, he stinks, man. No, he seems like a likable guy, but he always enters the shows when they have jumped the shark. I mean, that's the sign. Tony Rosato, Ted McGinley.
Okay, I got it.
What was his name?
Here's the thing. Ted McGinley played Ashley Covington Evans.
Is he a photographer?
Yes, he's a photographer.
Oh,
yes.
maybe I do remember that.
Yeah, he always had a camera with him. Yeah.
They kind of Julie was gone, right? And he kind of took her place. Was that what happened?
Julie was gone. You want to hit more Roxy Blue? You want to hit more Robert Tanner?
Robert Tanner?
Yeah, that's Jim Nabors' name on this show, man.
Oh, that's right. Well, see, he tricked me into thinking he was something else, and then I just...
ROBERT capital TANNER.
Yeah, just TANNER.
Hey, Michelle, did you notice on this, that, because I like it, I think, as much as you do, in the very, very beginning where they show, sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't, where Captain Stubing is on the, like...
The conning tower?
Oh, my God. Yeah, like when he's in the... I'm going to take your
Or
word
on
for
the
it.
bridge?
Something
bridge.
like that, and he's gesturing, but pretending to, like, gesture.
Those are my favorites where they do like those like B-rolls where he's like on a walkie-talkie.
He does
or
it
he's
so
like,
serious, too, though. Like, he takes it so serious. That's what's so
Gavin
great
McLeod's
about
the
him.
best.
Yeah.
I will take it to my grave.
Like, he
He's the
gives his
best.
all, like, no matter what. Like, these, see, I think in this era, the people of that time, I hope that they would realize they took their stuff seriously, but they also knew it was kind of like a fun gig. That's why people would go on, like, Match Game and stuff. Like, they didn't take themselves that seriously. Maybe there were a handful of people, but a lot
That's
of them
true.
I don't think did. Yet they still gave their all because it's like, this is a cool job to pretend like I'm the captain of a ship or something like that. And it kind of comes across that way, at least. But as soon as I see that, I immediately think of you. Like, those are the parts that you're going to like the best, when he's pretending to be the captain for real. Like, he's really going for
I
it.
love him so much.
Love a super cut of just the captain being the captain.
Me
the
too,
whole
though.
time.
Oh, yeah. Like, when you're in a bad mood, you just play that, and then you just immediately be in good spirits. Like, you can't help it.
There's some good B-roll in this episode, too. I don't know if you notice it. It opens with a conveyor belt of boxes. Way too long. Just
Like,
boxes.
Hey, Brad, what are you doing? I'm shooting B-roll for the Love Boat. I shot wine boxes going on a ship for 4 hours yesterday.
They were Heineken boxes just
I'm
going.
in San Pedro all day. It's hot as hell. I can't stand it. I hate that show. Guys, Isaac has no shirt on in this episode.
Don't like it.
No, it
Yeah,
was
he and Roxy Blue are hooking up.
immediately, because that's what happens on the ship.
He wanted fun.
I know, but like he thought like maybe I'll get to talk to her. Next thing you know, he's in her suite, no shirt on.
And a kick-ass leather outfit.
Took all that off right away. That leather
That'd be
what
kind
did
of
it.
hard to take that leather outfit off.
Probably took
now that
hours.
I'm thinking about
Yeah,
it.
she had to
A lot
help.
of lace.
Help me out here.
Laces.
It was insane. But they hit it off, kind of, in a way. And they find themselves together for most of the cruise. And then things turn south.
Yeah, because he falls in love with her, and she wasn't looking for like a true love. Because as we learned, she's been married multiple times.
In that part, she disses him hard.
Yeah, she's kind of not nice.
No, it's brutal.
Yeah,
Do you recall that part?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Because he's so likable.
Look, Isaac, you're too much of a man to ever be a Mr. Roxy Blue. I was married to 3 other guys who went through an awful lot of pain because they couldn't handle it. And they had a lot more going for them out there in this world than you do. I'm sorry. I know it's cruel, but you've got to understand. Even if you don't understand, please forgive me.
Forgive you? For what? We had a few laughs.
Oh, we had more than that. We had a lot more than that.
It was like, is that necessary? Was that called for?
She shuts him down.
But that was her, like, kind of like still saying, like, I like you, but like, you know, I don't know. It was just totally crazy.
You're a commoner, bartender.
Well, that's the thing. This storyline really ended terribly.
Weird.
Like really weirdly. It was a strange ending in a show that I look for like nice resolutions and stuff. It just
Well,
cut
and then it kind of
Isaac
left you
off.
hanging because then she's in the limo and she's looking up to him. Like, why? 'Cause
Does she come back ever? Is this like something that they were leading to like
don't
another
recall.
episode?
I thought it was strange. So the whole arc of this story, I thought their chemistry was bizarro.
It was. It was kind of weird.
And he...
We should just talk about how they look. When she walks into like the bar and she looks like Prince, kind of. She had like that black outfit
does
on.
look
From
like
his first album.
Oh, she looked incredible. Yeah, from like the
Yeah.
Dirty Mind record.
Yeah.
She looked great.
Yeah, she
Maybe
looked
he copied it.
Oh, she looked so good. And she had like killer sunglasses on. And then, the Stevie Wonder shirt that you
And he
mentioned
calls
is
her
just,
Miss Blue, and that he had all her albums, and he wore out Satin Doll till what? Till she sounded like George C. Scott. Also a joke that goes through the whole show. The George
that's right.
C. Scott
She keeps
joke.
bringing it up.
Yeah, it's great.
I got so mad at that I wouldn't pull that clip because I didn't like the George C. Scott.
Play all the George C.
Like,
Scott
it's not even
clips.
funny the first
No,
time, and then they keep it going, right?
You know what's not funny? George C. Scott.
I'm glad I made you watch this episode. I'm glad you had to listen to Liver and Onions so many times.
Next album, Liver and Onions.
And George C. Scott.
Now, is a Dalek a robot? Like,
Look,
what the hell is a Dalek?
The
like,
Daleks.
Is it Dalek? That's how you
Let
pronounce
me
it?
explain something to you.
Does one of the Daleks go beady beady beady? Is that this?
No,
Is that
they
No.
exterminate. Exterminate.
Oh, is that from there?
Yeah.
Like from the Sex Pistols?
They're bad
movie?
guys.
Exterminate. Exterminate.
That's pretty good.
It is really good.
Who am I? Remind the people who I am.
I said that you had the
The
charm.
Rich Little of Berwyn.
No, not of Berwyn, of Rock.
Yeah.
Stephen P. Slivka coined that. I'm the Rich Little of Rock. And then I got insulted because I just watched Rich Little on the old Muppet Show and he sucked so bad. I hate Rich Little and I hate Jim Nabors so much. I really do. I never liked Rich Little in my life either. I'm getting it out there now.
Did Rich
This is a
Little do a Jim
controversial show.
Nabors? I wonder if he did. I bet he did.
Wait, what?
I wonder if Rich Little could do a Jim Nabors.
Oh, I thought you said something.
Oh.
I thought you said something way
Darker?
Hit the dump button real fast. I thought he said something
No.
else. No, I don't. Maybe he does. I don't know.
Is
You
Rich
just.
Little still alive?
I hope.
I think everyone is dead now. I think everyone we
All the
liked
Love
growing
Boat crew
up.
is still alive except for
Michelle
Gavin
Lee's still
McLeod.
alive. Maybe she'll come on the show. She's very wonderful.
My mom would have
She'd have a heart
stroke.
attack. Yeah, that'd be great. Oh, we could have her call your mom. That would be so fun. Barb, how are you?
It's Michelle Lee.
You should have Michelle Lee cameo your mom.
Well, I wonder if she does do cameos.
I don't think so. I don't think that's the case. Ted Lange does though. That's kind of cool. People get them.
So what was the conflict with Roxy Blue? Just that she just wanted a break,
Yeah.
and
I
Isaac
think
was
he just
the
wanted
break.
a break, and he was the break. He was just a fun fling, and then he...
Which she wasn't planning on. She wasn't on board looking for that. She
Well-
wanted to be left alone.
You never plan to fall in love.
Right.
That is a beautiful ballad that you wrote a long time ago. I remember that one.
Plan to fall in love.
It's a power ballad. It's kind of like, in the realm of like a Whitesnake tune or...
Yeah.
But honestly, if she would have
Firehouse.
liked him, it could have been like a perfect thing because she's on tour. Or
Tell
on...
it to Roxy Blue Sister. He wanted
It's
it
too
to
late,
happen.
and he's on the cruise ship, so they would just see each other every once in a while. Would have been stress-free.
Isaac wanted more than that.
He wanted
though.
more.
I know he did. He
He
would have
fell in love. It really is weird because he said the whole thing where it's just like
3
it's the type
days.
of woman that you know that like you want to be with or get married to, and then she just is like not feeling that at all, and then just leaves, which is really sad.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
He throws out that poignant phrase, now stinks.
It's so weird.
Yeah, that'll win her back. Just throw out now stinks.
Wait. Yeah, Michael Norrell. Is
Yeah,
he the one who went to
Michael
jail?
Norrell.
I bet he's the guy who went to jail, right? That
He's
I
right.
don't-
He goes, you know
I don't-
what? I'm gonna throw in now.
Probably want to say sucks, and then
Yeah,
he
I'm
couldn't.
gonna throw in now stinks.
They're gonna pay me more to write better than this crap. Send it to him.
Take that, Bob Hope.
Oh yeah, Bob Hope. He's the one who's got an axe to grind with Bob Hope. Michelle Lee was great on this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Bottom line,
She was fantastic.
I fell in love with her. I thought she was great because when I'm not plotting Michelle's murder, what I'm doing is making fun of her for things like your mother named you after Michelle Lee, and I have to eat my words and take back everything I said because she was great. She was very fun. I think she's fantastic on
Yeah,
this.
and it all wrapped up nicely.
Theirs did. Their story did. Their story was really fun. I think they utilized the cast in such a good way on their plot line because Gopher's in it and he does a lot of things. And you can see the way that they do support each other, I think, on this show. Because the stuff can be terrible and really like hard to work with, some of the stuff that they've been given. And these people do make it work and they make it enjoyable even when something's like, this stinks.
No.
What is it?
Now stinks.
That would be a good T-shirt.
Yeah.
Like you have to take that and read it and be like, oh, this is what I've got to. This is what I got to sell to them.
Ted's in the dressing room going, I really gotta nail this today. I'm gonna really kill this line.
This stinks.
Nope.
This stinks.
Now stinks.
Now stinks.
No, it's now stinks.
Can't even get it right.
So Harvey and Myra, husband and wife team, who do not like Robert Tanner.
Wait, can I ask you a question? Did you think Harvey was too old for Myra? Did you feel that there was an age imbalance in that
I
relationship?
think it made less of a difference to them years ago, but now Myra's rethinking some things.
Hey, did you notice Harvey's killer swim?
I definitely.
Did you see that?
His terry
Terry
cloth
Oh,
jacket.
dude, that thing was.
You don't think I didn't look that up on
I'm gonna
Google
tell you
to try
something.
and find that?
We need to go back because back in the day, ladies and gentlemen, we used to have a cool like
You
resale
guys need
shop.
a new wardrobe for the pool this summer.
Are you
Yeah,
kidding me?
you're gonna have your David Groh hair and Harvey's terry cloth jacket.
I want those so bad. Seriously, I was obsessed with the other ones, but this one was even better. Harvey's was killer.
Yeah,
it was
Harvey-
like regal,
And
man.
it was zip up.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
Harvey
Seriously.
had it together.
Those
did.
people did have some really cool things.
The wardrobe, I will say it again, whoever did the wardrobe on the Love Boat,
Yeah.
everything. The women's gowns were magnificent. Shoes.
I don't notice stuff, but see, he noticed, I noticed. It was so cool. Harvey looked
Terry
great,
Cloth needs to
man.
make a comeback.
But I'm sorry, I interrupted. You were saying like those two.
Well, here's where the plot like turns is because Harvey and Myra are at the pool reading the paper and they realize that there's a international jewel thief that looks just like who? Jim Nabors, Robert Tanner. And then instead of they briefly discussed turning him into the captain and they're going to have him arrested. But instead, Michelle, what do?
They basically raise him to celebrity status.
It's the
Yeah, they think
precursor
he's
of
cool.
everything we're living in right now.
Literally
where
is everything
You
we're
let
living,
every horrible thing go by for someone because you enjoy being around that.
He's like a celebrity then.
Yeah.
I knew the jewel
but he's a
thief
full-on
on
criminal.
the ship.
Yeah, then his stories about what he ate for dinner, all of a sudden,
Everybody
fascinating.
loves it.
Yeah.
In the end, he does turn out to really be the jewel thief.
He pisses Slivka off one more time by they make one more liver and onions joke.
Like when I hit this liver and onions right
Yeah.
at the end.
As I stated at the beginning of the podcast, when Gopher comes up to him and checks his luggage, at first you're like, oh, he's going to check it for jewels. No, checking it for liver and onions.
Yeah, and then he's off.
Big laugh.
But then what's her face? Myrona?
Myra.
Myra.
Myrona comes down. She's in a
Hey,
panic.
Gramps.
And she does not have a tiara on again, which was a good look on her, I thought, the tiara. Her stuff's been stolen. And it does turn out, because this is a complicated, wonderfully written, flawlessly written storyline, turns out...
Robert Tanner isn't really Robert Tanner.
Yeah, so he did do it. And he was smooth, man. He was smooth. That country bumpkin act that he was pulling off, man, it disarmed
Simpleton.
everybody. And then guess what? He leaves a little well-written note in her jewelry box that he handed back, how he didn't get caught, how if they had a picture of him in the paper, they didn't know that it's him, that he's just wandering around free to just steal more jewels. He leaves them a little missive.
Please forgive my dishonesty. I'm sorry I lied to you at dinner last night. I told you I was going to have the roast beef, but at the last minute I changed my mind and I ordered the crab meat au gratin. RT. That's capital R period, capital T period.
P.S. I figure your jewels I took are worth $90,000. Don't let the insurance company rob you. R.T. Roscoe Tar.
Guys, the way that they wrap up the Michelle Lee, David Groh, this one ends really nicely, though, the way that they do it, because throughout the thing, the Michelle Lee one, there's mayhem because she thinks that he's, with what we'd already covered about her neck being measured. They all end up late in the dining area, all frantic, all talking over one another, and then they reveal to her all the things that she had been misinterpreting. Then the chef, who's almost like a
that's cool that he had the
cartoon
cake ready
character.
at 3 o'clock in the morning,
Yep.
like all ready to go.
Well, Captain, it all started because I wanted to give my wife a surprise birthday party.
Why didn't you tell me that?
If I had told you, it wouldn't have been a surprise.
Oh, then. Who was that man on the telephone who said he was trying to shoot me?
I confess, but this is what I wanted to shoot you with.
I wanted some candid shots to put up at the party. Julie coordinated everything, even the present.
A gold choker. I just woke the lady in the gift shop to get it.
I was only trying to measure your neck, silly.
Wait, in all seriousness, can we talk about the cake thing for a second, and then we'll
Sure.
get to the ending?
Yeah.
They punch, that whole cake scene is a lead up to a joke. So Dave Groh,
Yeah.
David Groh?
See, I messed it up.
I want to say Dave Grohl now.
I
Dave
know.
Grohl
Just
is
missing
talking
the
to the
L.
chef about the cake, and then he says this long run-on sentence that he puts on the cake. And the whole joke is, you want it with strawberries? How about pineapple? Big laugh.
I didn't get it.
I didn't get it at all.
I thought it's funny you bring that up.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why? Would it be easier to make it with pineapple?
Like, couldn't you cut pineapple in the same chunk size
That's what I
as
was thinking.
strawberries?
It's
It makes no
basically
sense.
the same
What is
fruit.
wrong with both of you? He
No,
meant
but
like
it's funny.
putting.
No, but I thought the same
Oh,
thing.
look at, she's doubling down. He meant like putting big giant pineapples on there,
No, it
like
makes
whole
no
pineapple.
sense.
No, he said he wanted it written. He could have just written it in pineapple.
Guys, I'm telling you right now, these people are professional writers, and you don't get hired.
I've been sitting on this
And then he could have
pineapple
said,
strawberry
"But mother,
jack.
he made it moth," and then that was another funny joke.
Yeah, he ran out of strawberries. You know what? If he had pineapple, he could have cut a little bit of pineapple.
There's no way a cruise ship's gonna run out of strawberries.
This is how we're wrapping up. Oh my god. This is terrible.
And if he did, why did he just use pineapple?
I don't know.
You know what? Now does stink.
Dude, I want to thank you for being on the show today. Please come back.
Yeah, it was total blast.
I gotta be honest with you. When I read in the synopsis "jewel thief" and stuff, I'm like, oh, Slivka's gonna love this one. I didn't realize it was gonna kind of like falter in the way that it did.
Ave Maria.
All right, so let's wrap up for real. So thanks to Stephen P. Slivka, our friend. You got to come back.
Yeah.
And you got to do other shows. And I cannot wait for your guys' Doctor Who show.
That's going to be great.
I think it's going to be a big hit.
I know it is.
Captain Stubing, please come to the bridge.
Until next time, we're loving the Love Boat.
Now stinks.